And I'm saying that there's no such thing as a transgender child. The positive affirming message we should be sending is that they're beautiful just as they are, and they don't need drugs or scalpels to be their true selves. But for some reason in society, we got people like the two standing behind you right now who think that I'm the bigot for wanting to protect kids from irreversible harm.
No, you're just a jerk. You're not a bigot.
What? Why am I a jerk?
Coming from a transgender person.
Oh, you're transgender?
Sorry, I don't really
Huh.
hormones are gonna save my life, and therapy saved my life.
So you are girl now.
No, it's not. It's not a sickness.
No, well,
It's like-
no, I'm not saying. Of course, it's not sickness. What are you now?
I was born as a
You can film
female,
it. You can film
and
it.
Okay.
I'm soon going to be taking hormones to become and appear like a male, because that's who I
This is
am
what you
inside.
want.
Yes,
Yeah?
because
This is
that's
what
what
you
I
want.
am, and what I want, and
How do
what
you
I've
feel?
Well, you're
wanted
not a
for
male.
ages.
But how do you feel that way? I mean, when did you start feeling that way?
Honestly, years ago when I was younger, 14, 13 even,
Okay.
and it's something that happens in a lot of even younger kids, because I was lucky enough to have a family that accepted me, and that meant that I wouldn't, honestly, you'd be surprised to learn how many children, even younger children, I'm talking 6, 7,
Okay.
they experience terrible psychological troubles. Some even decide to end their own life because they do not have access to
You
these
were
hormones.
born as a boy,
No, I was born as a girl.
as a girl, but you feel you are a boy,
Exactly.
and your family supports you.
Yes, they've sent me to therapy to talk with specialists that's gonna help me. I'm taking hundreds of tests, blood tests,
But
heart
this
tests.
is a health way, don't you think? Rather than just going to surgery, this is
Of
a
course,
healthy
nobody-
path
No,
to
this is
follow,
not healthy.
right? Talking to therapists, I
No,
mean,
no, they don't send. Honestly, I'm from Italy. It takes ages to get even hormones, especially in children. They're never gonna let someone under 18 take
maybe
anything.
They have reason. Did you think about that?
Yes, of course. Like
Maybe they have
it's
reason.
great.
Under 18, maybe it's too young.
Of course,
for
I'm the first person that thinks that
Yeah.
before 18, you should not do
anything.
final
Yes.
final surgeries or
Yeah.
anything, because everybody changes.
Yes.
But I think that after years of therapy and believing the same thing, it can save lives. I mean,
Talking about
it's
this, having therapies over the years, supporting families.
So the fundamental lie here is that some people are born in the wrong body. She's
I'm
not
sorry.
a boy. She's not a male. She's a female.
I'm
She
sorry.
And we
was
shouldn't-
born as a female, but doesn't
You
feel
don't get
that
to.
way.
So being female isn't a feeling.
So you feel like
You don't
a girl?
get to decide if you're a girl or a boy.
So what do you feel like?
Obviously, I feel I am a female.
Well, that's because you are. Because
Yeah.
there's still
But-
such a thing as objective
But I
reality in the
never-
world.
That's the thing. I never felt that way.
Right.
I never felt that inside I am born.
So-
I'm sorry, like
I've never-
you know, if someone has an issue, a medical issue, broken something,
Yeah.
like everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
not everybody, but lots of people undergo gender affirming surgeries for women when they make the chest bigger. That's gender affirming. When men, I don't know, get a hair transplant, that's affirming, because you were born as something that you don't want to be.
But God created us.
Of
As
course. But he created.
if you believe in God and I don't know any religion.
Disabled people. He creates people without legs. He creates people that have terrible sicknesses. So why shouldn't we cure this problem like we cure any other physical or mental sickness?
So being female isn't a problem. Male and female, he created them. And God doesn't make mistakes.
So why do
It is not
disabled people
It is
born?
not kind to affirm a delusion that you are a man.
Okay, so why, if God doesn't make mistake, why there are there people born without a leg?
So
Why are there people, children that get cancer at 5? You tell me that's not a mistake. That's right.
so these are actual medical conditions if someone has cancer.
This is a medical
Puberty
condition.
is not a medical condition. And having distress about your sex is something that perhaps should be treated with therapy.
Well,
but
then
we should never
perhaps-
be affirming a delusion.
Perhaps you
because
should
the
study
entirety of gender
how
ideology.
in the entirety of history, there have been records of people feeling like this. And if you're not ready to believe that, but maybe you should stop being an ignorant jerk.
So the entirety of gender ideology is based on a
Thank you.
fundamental lie.
Thank you. Please protect yourself.
It is a lie that gender is separate from sex it is a lie that being a woman or a man is a feeling.
All right. So what about intersex people?
And it's
People
not
who are
kind
born
to
with
affirm a
both-
delusion.
What about people that are born with both genitalia? What do we think about
Nobody
that?
is born with two functioning sets
Oh.
of gonads. Intersex is an umbrella term for a variety of disorders of sexual development, or
Okay,
DSDs.
so we should
These
not
are
be
all
curing
different
those?
medical conditions, and they are all also male or female.
So let me think. If you think that only medical physical conditions should be cured, what do you think about mental illnesses like schizophrenia?
Yes, we should help people with their mental health, but we
Well,
don't
that's
help them with
mental
their
health.
mental health by affirming a delusion. It's
Well,
not
it's not-
helpful to you to tell you that you are male because
Okay.
you are not male. That's
so,
a lie.
So what happens to, people that will die because of it because they feel a certain way? Like it's
So-
the same thing as not curing depression. If you do not,
Would you
cure-
like me to address that first question there?
No, I would
Because you're
like
pushing,
you to
you're
address
pushing
how
the number one
ignorant you
lie.
are.
You're pushing the number one lie, which every single trans activist pushes in every single conversation, which is that kids are going to kill themselves if we don't transition them.
Well, I fucking
and that is a
tried.
vicious, coercive, manipulative lie.
So I
it's
tried,
true
and I'm
that suicidal
transgender.
ideation is higher, but that is not the same thing as suicides. And we
Ah.
even had the lawyer for the ACLU in the Supreme Court in December even admitting to the Supreme Court justice that, all this time they've been talking about all these kids killing themselves has been a lie, and that it's suicidal ideation they're talking about.
Okay.
But again, we don't help suicidal ideation by affirming a delusion, and we don't help it by sterilizing and maiming children.
So I'm not talking about sterilizing children. I don't think that kids should go any surgery before being of age and before having gone through real long and deep self how do you call it investigation to have discovered them. I'm the first one that says it should take years to have access to some things, okay?
Good.
Because I've known lots of people who change
Yeah.
their mind later on. So I'm
Right.
not telling you that I should wake up and say, oh, I'm a male, I'm gonna take hormones and undergo some major changes that are obviously gonna affect me, like I know they are. But maybe if you thought about the people that have existed for centuries and more, because it's something that's been going on since the birth of the human race, then maybe you should think that something like this
So that's a
should
lie
not-
too. Everyone ever born in the history of the human race is male or female.
Yes, but what about transgender people have existed for
Transgenderism
years?
is all a lie. No
People-
one is the opposite gender. Your gender is not a feeling
Then
based on regressive and sexist
then you don't
stereotypes.
feel like a male.
Being a male is not a feeling. It's just a biological reality.
All
and
right.
it's ultimately based on the gametes that you're designed to produce.
So you would wear a skirt and a dress because you were still a male.
A man wearing a skirt and a dress is 100% man.
Okay, so
That might not be masculine, but being masculine or not does not determine whether one is a male or not.
Okay, so if you see a person that has undergone some surgeries and is
Mm-hmm.
obviously female appearing and is wearing a skirt and everything, and you talk to them and they sound female and they look female, you're gonna think they are a female until they tell you that they were born a male?
I suppose there's the occasional man who can pass as a woman. It's pretty rare, to be honest with you, because I talk to people identifying as trans all the time. But that's beside the point. My whole reason for being out here, first of all, is to protect kids. But ultimately, this idea that we have a gender that's separate from our sex is all based on a lie. And I think, here's my affirming message to you,
I don't
that you are a
care.
beautiful young lady, and that's what people should be affirming with you. They shouldn't be telling you that you're a man,
And you're an
because you're not a
idiot.
man, and that's a lie.
And you're an idiot and
All right.
an ignorant and uncultured.
Okay?
There have been centuries of studies, not just in the West culture, in every single culture, even the American one. There has been two spirits, people that feel that something else is what they really are than from what they were born with. And you should really think and maybe try and go to therapy with someone that's gonna, I don't know, make you feel like you do not have to dress like that, which honestly it's not that great. Coming from a gay person, so I know something about style. So maybe, I don't know, just try and go on a little personal growth journey.
Okay, I'll work on
And-
my fashion, thank you.
No, you should work on your culture, not your fashion, because that's unfortunately that's the least worst thing here.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, I really hope you become less frustrated than what you are now, and that you find someone that will make you change your mind, because that's a very sad life you're living.
Have a great day. That's just a shame. So, for all practical purposes, this is a cult. And in cults, the victims, which she clearly is, the victims become the recruiters. And that's what's going on. And you saw there while she was talking with that mom, now that mom is obviously confused about this, but they try to present this in this compassionate way. And you got all these little girls there that she's talking to. And if one of them was really struggling with self-hatred or whatever, this becomes a social contagion. And you could totally see how if one of those kids perhaps had autism or whatever going on, because most of these kids do, it spreads from people like that. And she's a victim, but she's also a recruiter. And we just have to kill this ideology, because no matter how much progress we make stopping the medical abuse, this ideology and this feeling that she has that she's really a man, this is still raging throughout society. And there are hundreds of thousands of young people walking around with this mistaken belief that they were born wrong and need to change their bodies. Thank you very much.